Hey everybody, we have a video today about the inner child. There is I've done this type of video before, however, there's another step to it, much like childhood trauma. This is something you're going to have to do a couple times to get the full benefit, uh, maybe more than a couple. It depends on your exact circumstances. But there is something I wanted to get into before that today. Um, One second. Need my phone. How about that? I got my phone. Okay. Uh, so what I wanted to go over today, I was inspired by God to do something. Hey, honey. Sorry, doggies. She just loves to eat her phone on the computer. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? Okay. To search. I'm sorry, this is going a little long today, but this is important. So, in the Book of Mormon, Alma 53, and now behold, I have somewhat to say concerning the people of Ammon, who in the beginning were Lamanites, but by Ammon and his brethren, or rather by the power and word of God, they had been converted unto the Lord, and they had been brought down into the land of Zarahemla, and had ever since been protected by the Nephites. And because of their oath, they had been kept from taking up arms against their brethren, for they had taken an oath that they never would shed blood more. And according to their oath, they would have perished. Yea, they would have suffered themselves to have fallen into the hands of their brethren, had it not been for the pity and exceeding love which Ammon and his brethren had had for them. And for this cause they were brought down into the land of Zarahemla, and they ever had been protected by the Nephites. But it came to pass, when they saw the danger and many afflictions and tribulations which the Nephites bore for them, they were moved with compassion, and were desirous to take up arms in the defense of their country. But behold, as they were about to take their weapons of war, they were overpowered by the persuasions of Helaman and his brethren, for they were about to break the oath which they had made. And Helaman feared lest, by so doing, they should lose their souls. Therefore, all who had entered into this covenant were compelled to behold their brethren wade through their afflictions and their dangerous circumstances at this time. But behold, it came to pass, they had many sons, who had not entered into the covenant, that they would not take their weapons of war to defend themselves against their enemies. Therefore they did assemble themselves together at this time, as they were able to take up arms, and they called themselves Nephites. And they entered into the covenant to fight for the liberty of the Nephites, yea, to protect the land unto the laying down of their lives. Yea, even they covenanted that they would never give up their liberty, but they would fight in all cases to protect the Nephites and themselves from bondage. Now behold, there were 2,000 of those young men, who entered into this covenant, and took their weapons of war to defend their country. And now behold, as they never had hitherto been disadvantaged to the Nephites, they became now at this period of time also a great support, for they took their weapons of war, and they would that Helaman should be their leader. And they were all young men, and they were exceedingly valiant for courage, and also for strength and activity. But behold, this was not all. They were men who were true at all times in whatsoever thing they were entrusted. Yea, they were men of truth and soberness, for they had been taught to keep the commandments of God and to walk uprightly before him. And now it came to pass that Helaman did watch and march at the head of his 2,000 stripling warriors, to the support of the people in the borders of the land on the south by the west sea. And thus ended the 28th year of the reign of the judges over the people of Nephi. I read that for a specific reason. The Spirit has moved me to let these warriors know. Oh, shark that. Boba pasta. Sorry. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So, the Spirit has asked me to tell all these warriors, fight for him. That they will be receiving their orders. These be warriors of truth. If you're not, get baptized. If you feel this resonate with you when I'm talking about, and you don't know how to talk to God, drop me a message, or you could look up videos on how to talk to God. I would be happy to help you so that you can receive your orders. So it seems as though the 2,000 are the tip of the spear. Dio has a great song, Don't Talk to Strangers. I don't know if you've heard it. It is awesome. And I think it highlights an issue with today, in that you know you're being watched. You know you're being evaluated at all turns. So what I would suggest is, when you get your orders, you don't tell anybody. You're on the download. You'll receive your orders from your God link. God bless and Godspeed to all. Another thing I would like to point out, none of the stripling warriors died through combat. None of them. They were all valiant men who were baptized and who took a covenant with God. I suggest if you are one of these, if you are the lineage of one of these warriors, and this resonates with you, I would suggest you get baptized and take a covenant with God. Callings will be going out. So, while doing inner child work, it is important to, well, let's get in the lotus position and we'll do this, okay? So, you get, this is going to be the finish of inner child work, okay? So, after you've done it a couple times and you're feeling good about talking through it, thinking through it, getting through it, then this would. Sorry, I'm extraordinarily tired today. So this would help you finish that off, and that we're going to do something very special at the end. Okay, so keep your eyes closed as we get through this, and stay in your self discovery zone. Okay, and you will do your. I'm sorry, one more. So stay, get into your lotus and do your breathing, get into your self discovery zone. Um, it's a camera here, sorry. Okay, and I just lay my hands on my knees. I don't do the typical uh, fingers up thing. Okay, so will be different for each and every one of you. Okay, you must go through and accept responsibility with your parents. Accept responsibility for what you have done and for give them responsibility for what they have done. Maybe they didn't give you the attention you wanted. Maybe they didn't give you uh, addicts. Maybe they left you at an early age. Maybe, you know, the inhumanity is endless. So to each and every one of our own experiences, you would go through this. Give you a minute or two. Okay, so now go back through and forgive them, your parents, for each and every one of those responsibilities that you assigned to them. Okay? Forgive them for not having the tools to handle it correctly or do it correctly. You're not giving them permission to do it again. You're not giving them permission for having done so. This is for you, not for them. Now forgive yourself for what you could control and for what you could not control. Because you did not have the tools to handle this correctly. And you were just a child. You didn't know. So forgive yourself. Give it to God. He will take that burden off of you. After you finish that, with your eyes closed, your heart open, your mind open, your self-reflection, self-discovery, with your third eye open, imagine yourself standing there, with nothingness behind you. Imagine your child, yourself as a child, there with you. Give them a hug. Tell them that you love them. Tell them you are sorry. Forgive them. And forgive yourself. Making that hug even stronger. Sit with that. Do it for as long as you need to. And remember, you can go back to it at any time. The foundations of Christianity, these valiant soldiers will forever be. You can open your eyes whenever you'd like. That is healing your inner child. And I think I may have done something myself because I am tired as shit. So, I hope this helped somebody. Y'all have a nice day. I love you. Godspeed.